The founding of the Crossett Lumber Company. In the heart of Ashley County, Arkansas lies the town of Crossett, a community deeply intertwined with the history and legacy of the Crossett Lumber Company. This essay marks the beginning of a series that delves into the rich tapestry of stories collected by the Crossett Company's personnel department in 1948 and later compiled by the Ashley County Genealogical Society in 1995. These stories, passed down through generations, offer a glimpse into the lives of the people who built and shaped Crossett, their triumphs, challenges, and the indomitable spirit that defined them. The birth of a lumber empire. The Crossett Lumber Company was founded in 1899, a time when the vast forests of southern Arkansas were ripe for harvesting. The company's founders, Edward Savage Crossett, and his partners saw the potential in the region's abundant timber resources. They envisioned a thriving lumber industry that would not only provide economic opportunities but also foster a sense of community among the workers and their families. Building the foundation. The early days of the Crossett Lumber Company were marked by hard work, determination, and a pioneering spirit. The founders faced numerous challenges, from constructing the sawmill and establishing infrastructure to recruiting skilled labor. The company's success hinged on the ability to efficiently harvest, process, and transport timber, a task that required innovation and perseverance. To kickstart the construction, the company brought in a smaller sawmill, often referred to as a hog mill or buck sawmill, to begin sawing the trees locally. This smaller sawmill was essential for building the initial facilities, including houses, office buildings, and the first mill. As the smaller sawmill got things going, the company began constructing the larger sawmill, which would become the heart of Crossett. This strategic approach allowed the company to build the necessary infrastructure while simultaneously preparing for large-scale timber processing. A community takes root. As the Crossett Lumber Company grew, so did the town of Crossett. The company played a pivotal role in shaping the community, providing housing, schools, and recreational facilities for its employees. The YMCA, established to promote physical and social well-being, became a central hub for community activities. The town's residents, bound by their shared experiences and the company's influence, forged strong bonds that would endure for generations. Building the foundation. The early days of the Crossett Lumber Company were marked by hard work, determination, and a pioneering spirit. The founders faced numerous challenges, from constructing the sawmill and establishing infrastructure to recruiting skilled labor. The company's success hinged on the ability to efficiently harvest, process, and transport timber, a task that required innovation and perseverance. Construction of the initial sawmill and infrastructure. To kickstart the construction, the company brought in a smaller sawmill, often referred to as a hog mill or buck sawmill, to begin sawing the trees locally. This smaller sawmill was essential for building the initial facilities, including houses, office buildings, and the first mill. As the smaller sawmill got things going, the company began constructing the larger sawmill, which would become the heart of Crossett. This strategic approach allowed the company to build the necessary infrastructure while simultaneously preparing for large-scale timber processing. Role of the smaller hog mill or buck sawmill. The smaller sawmill played a crucial role in the early development of Crossett. It provided the necessary lumber to construct the initial buildings and infrastructure, laying the groundwork for the larger operations to come. This smaller mill was a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the company's founders, who understood the importance of building a solid foundation before expanding their operations. Development of the larger sawmill and its significance. As the smaller sawmill laid the groundwork, the company began constructing the larger sawmill, which would become the centerpiece of Crossett's lumber industry. This larger sawmill was designed to handle the vast timber resources of southern Arkansas, enabling the company to process large quantities of lumber efficiently. The development of this sawmill marked a significant milestone in the company's history, setting the stage for its future growth and success. Innovations and challenges. The construction of the larger sawmill was not without its challenges. The founders had to overcome numerous obstacles, from sourcing materials and equipment to dealing with the harsh conditions of the Arkansas wilderness. However, their determination and innovative spirit allowed them to persevere, creating a state-of-the-art facility that would drive the company's success for decades to come. Community involvement. The construction of the sawmill also had a profound impact on the local community. It provided jobs and economic opportunities for the residents of Crossett and the surrounding areas, attracting workers from across the region. The company's commitment to building a strong community was evident in its efforts to provide housing, schools, and recreational facilities for its employees, fostering a sense of belonging and pride among the town's residents. A community takes root. As the Crossett Lumber Company grew, so did the town of Crossett. The company played a pivotal role in shaping the community, providing housing, schools, and recreational facilities for its employees. The YMCA, established to promote physical and social well-being, became a central hub for community activities. The town's residents, bound by their shared experiences and the company's influence, forged strong bonds that would endure for generations. Growth of the town of Crossett. The establishment of the Crossett Lumber Company brought a wave of development to the area. Workers and their families moved to Crossett, drawn by the promise of steady employment and the opportunity to be part of a growing community. The town expanded rapidly, with new homes, businesses, and public facilities springing up to accommodate the influx of residents. Provision of housing, schools, and recreational facilities. The Crossett Lumber Company was committed to the well-being of its employees and their families. The company provided housing for its workers, ensuring that they had a safe and comfortable place to live. These homes were often modest but well-built, reflecting the company's dedication to creating a stable and supportive environment for its workforce. In addition to housing, the company also invested in education. Schools were established to provide children with access to quality education, preparing them for future opportunities. The company understood that a well-educated community would be better equipped to thrive and contribute to the town's growth. Recreational facilities were another important aspect of life in Crossett. The YMCA in particular played a significant role in promoting physical and social well-being. It offered a variety of activities and programs, from sports and fitness classes to social events and community gatherings. The YMCA became a central hub for the town, fostering a sense of camaraderie and belonging among residents. Establishment of the YMCA and its impact on community life. The YMCA was more than just a recreational facility. It was a cornerstone of the community. It provided a space where people could come together, build relationships, and support one another. The programs and activities offered by the YMCA helped to strengthen the social fabric of Crossett, creating a close-knit community that valued cooperation and mutual support, forging strong bonds. The shared experiences of working for the Crossett Lumber Company and living in the town of Crossett created strong bonds among residents. The company's influence extended beyond the workplace, shaping the social and cultural life of the community. People came together to celebrate milestones, support each other in times of need, and work towards common goals. These bonds of friendship and solidarity were a testament to the enduring spirit of the Crossett community. Life in the Crossett logging camps. The Crossett logging camps, located in Ashley County, Arkansas, have a rich and fascinating history that spans nearly a century. This essay draws upon a series of interviews conducted by the personnel department at Crossett Sawmill in 1948, which were later published by the Ashley County Genealogical Society. These interviews provide a unique window into the lives of the workers and their families from 1860 to 1948. Description of the portable logging camps. Harry Toney, a former resident of the camps, provides a vivid account of his experiences. He moved to the camps at the tender age of 7 in 1904. The camps were portable, with houses composed of individual units that could be loaded onto a flat car and transported to another location. Essential facilities like the commissary school and workers' boarding house were all mobile and left on rails. Due to the frequent movement of the camps and the lack of electricity, water had to be supplied by tank car. Daily life and challenges. From 1905 to 1907, there was a considerable amount of gambling and bootlegging in the camps, especially on weekends. Gamblers and bootleggers would follow the camps, signaling the availability of whiskey by beating on a hollow tree with a stick. These conditions persisted until Levi Wilcoxon took over as logging superintendent. He is remembered as a fair and well-loved figure who took the camps away from gamblers and bootleggers and brought them under the influence of the churches and the YMCA. Influence of Levi Wilcoxon and improvements post-World War I. After World War I, the camps improved significantly with the introduction of electric lights and running water. The camps had a strong sense of community, with everyone willing to help out those in need. The YMCA played a significant role in the camp life, providing diverse recreational activities. Role of the railroad in the logging camps and community. The railroad was the lifeline of the camps. It was used for everything from transporting mail and stores to moving mourners for funerals. The railroads also transported the logging crews to the logging area, a journey that often took several hours. The railroad was so integral to the community that when a death occurred in the camps, a funeral train was made up. This train, composed of a locomotive and enough flat cars to accommodate the mourners, would proceed to the vicinity of the cemetery and then return with the mourners. Housing and living conditions. The first permanent houses were shotgun houses, typically one room wide, one story tall, and a couple of rooms deep. Rent for a 3-room house was approximately $6.75 per month and jumped to $8 a month when electricity was added around 1915. The interiors of these houses were modest, with small grooved boards lining the walls and ceiling, and painted the same color gray as the exterior. Work practices and social dynamics. In the early days, there were no paid vacations except for office workers, and any time off was at the workers' own expense. The first known strike occurred in 1935, which Harry recalls was for a closed shop and higher wages. These interviews provide a vivid picture of the living conditions, work practices, and social dynamics in the logging camps during the early 20th century. They serve as a valuable resource for understanding the history of Ashley County and the broader region. Innovations and developments. The Crossett Lumber Company was not only a pioneer in the lumber industry but also a leader in innovation and development. The company's commitment to improving efficiency and safety led to several significant advancements that had a lasting impact on the industry and the community. Introduction of the Ross carrier. One of the notable innovations in the history of the Crossett Lumber Company was the introduction of the Ross carrier. This piece of equipment revolutionized the way timber was handled and transported within the sawmill. The Ross carrier, often referred to in the Forest Echoes magazine from January 1954, was a game changer for the company, improving efficiency and safety in the lumber processing operations. The Ross carrier was a type of log loader that allowed for the rapid movement of large logs from the storage yards to the sawmill. Its design and functionality significantly reduced the manual labor required, making the process faster and more efficient. This innovation not only boosted productivity but also contributed to the overall growth and success of the Crossett Lumber Company. Advancements in safety measures and infrastructure. The Crossett Lumber Company was also committed to ensuring the safety and well-being of its employees. Over the years, the company introduced several safety measures and improvements to its infrastructure. For example, the introduction of automatic sprinklers in 1919 was a significant step in protecting the company's facilities and ensuring the well-being of its workers. These advancements in safety measures were complemented by improvements in infrastructure. The company invested in modernizing its facilities, incorporating new technologies and equipment to enhance efficiency and safety. These efforts not only improved working conditions but also contributed to the overall success and sustainability of the company. Role of the railroad in the logging camps and community. The railroad played a crucial role in the operations of the Crossett Lumber Company and the daily lives of the community. It was used for everything from transporting mail and stores to moving mourners for funerals. The railroads also transported the logging crews to the logging area, a journey that often took several hours. The railroad was so integral to the community that when a death occurred in the camps, a funeral train was made up. This train, composed of a locomotive and enough flat cars to accommodate the mourners, would proceed to the vicinity of the cemetery and then return with the mourners. The railroad was not only a lifeline for the logging camps but also a symbol of progress and connectivity. It facilitated the transportation of lumber to markets far and wide, contributing to the economic growth of Crossett and the surrounding region. The presence of the railroad underscored the importance of infrastructure and innovation in the success of the Crossett Lumber Company. Community and innovation. The stories of Crossett are not just about the lumber industry but also about the community that grew around it. The Crossett Lumber Company was more than just a business. It was a cornerstone of the town, fostering a sense of belonging and pride among its residents. The company's commitment to innovation and progress was mirrored in its efforts to improve the quality of life for its employees and their families. From the establishment of schools and recreational facilities to the introduction of advanced safety measures, the Crossett Lumber Company played a pivotal role in shaping the social and economic landscape of the region. The stories collected by the company's personnel department and later compiled by the Ashley County Genealogical Society provide a rich tapestry of experiences highlighting the human side of this industrial giant. A glimpse into the past. Crossett in 1911. In the heart of Ashley County, Arkansas, lies the town of Crossett, a place rich in history and community spirit. This essay draws upon information collected in 1948 from the older generation who worked in the sawmill, as documented in the book Crossett Sawmill Interviews, published by the Ashley County Genealogical Society in 1995. Leadership and key figures in the town and sawmill. In 1911, Crossett was a bustling sawmill town under the leadership of Mayor Mr. Dodley, who served for several years before being succeeded by Ed Lawson. The town's safety was ensured by Mr. Honeycutt the day marshal and Norwood Blackwell the night marshal. One notable incident involved Marshal Honeycutt confiscating 50 quarts of moonshine whiskey from a group of individuals. The discarded whiskey found its way into a nearby ditch, leading to an amusing scene of people drinking from the ditch. The sawmill, the town's economic backbone, was a well-oiled machine with key figures at its helm. Frank Cannon served as the bookkeeper while Angus Irwin oversaw operations as the sawmill superintendent. The planing mills were managed by Mr. Lesser and Mr. Luley, with Rad Corson as the dry chain foreman, Clark Bushner as the yard foreman, and Cap Gates as the general manager. Social dynamics and notable incidents. Life in Crossett was not all work. The mill would sometimes shut down for a circus, and the only official days off were Sundays, Christmas, 4th of July, and June 19th. Juneteenth. Travel was facilitated by good train service in most directions except for El Dorado. To reach El Dorado, one had to either take a roundabout train route or hire a livery rig. The livery stable was operated by Finis and Arthur McKinner, and Mr. Miles, a veterinarian, had his office in the stable. These details paint a vivid picture of a close-knit community that worked together, celebrated together, and faced challenges together. Community activities and days off work. The community of Crossett valued both hard work and leisure. The mill's occasional shutdowns for events like circuses provided much-needed breaks for the workers and their families. These events were eagerly anticipated and became highlights of the social calendar. The official days off, including Sundays, Christmas, 4th of July, and Juneteenth, were times for rest, celebration, and community gathering. Juneteenth, a day of celebration. June 19th, known as Juneteenth, was one of the official days off work in Crossett. This day commemorated the emancipation of enslaved African Americans and was a significant celebration for the community. It was a time for reflection, joy, and coming together to honor the progress made in the ongoing journey towards equality and justice. Conclusion. In conclusion, the town of Crossett, Arkansas in 1911 was a vibrant community centered around the sawmill industry. The stories and memories collected from those who lived and worked there provide a valuable glimpse into the past, preserving the town's rich history for future generations. This essay serves as a tribute to the hard-working individuals who contributed to the growth and development of Crossett, ensuring their stories continue to be a part of the town's enduring legacy. Stories from the past. The history of Crossett and the Crossett Lumber Company is rich with personal anecdotes and stories that bring the past to life. These stories, collected by the company's personnel department in 1948 and later compiled by the Ashley County Genealogical Society, offer a unique glimpse into the lives of the people who built and shaped Crossett. Anecdotes and personal stories from long-term employees. One such story involves the construction of the sawmill and the arrival of the railway. The engineer George Bushy played a prank on the onlookers by pretending to turn the locomotive around on the track, causing the crowd to scatter in fear. This light-hearted moment captures the spirit of camaraderie and humor that permeated the early days of Crossett. Another tale recounts the efforts of the company's founders to establish a sense of order and safety in the burgeoning town. The introduction of automatic sprinklers in 1919, for example, was a significant step in protecting the company's facilities and ensuring the well-being of its workers. Humorous and significant events that shaped the community. The stories from Crossett are filled with both humorous and significant events that shape the community. For instance, the confiscation of 50 quarts of moonshine whiskey by Marshal Honeycutt led to an amusing scene of people drinking from a ditch where the whiskey had been discarded. Such stories highlight the unique character and resilience of the Crossett community. Efforts to document and preserve these stories. In 1948, the Crossett Company's personnel department recognized the importance of preserving these stories for future generations. They embarked on a mission to document the history of the company and the town by collecting stories from long-term employees and community members. These efforts were later compiled by the Ashley County Genealogical Society in 1995, ensuring that the rich history of Crossett would not be forgotten. Capturing the essence of life in Crossett. These stories, rich with human words and phrases, offer a window into the minds of those who lived through these times, providing real-life descriptions that bring the past to life. They capture the essence of life in Crossett, from the challenges and triumphs of the early days to the sense of community and belonging that defined the town. Conclusion. The stories from the past are a valuable resource for understanding the history of Crossett and the broader region. They provide a vivid picture of the living conditions, work practices, and social dynamics in the logging camps and the town during the early 20th century. By preserving and sharing these stories, we ensure that the legacy of Crossett and its residents continues to inspire and inform future generations. Preserving the legacy. The history of Crossett and the Crossett Lumber Company is a testament to the resilience, innovation, and community spirit of its residents. As we continue to explore and document this rich history, it is essential to preserve these stories for future generations. Importance of documenting Crossett's history for future generations. The efforts to document the history of Crossett began in earnest in 1948 when the Crossett Company's personnel department recognized the significance of their achievements and embarked on a mission to capture their history. They collected stories from long-term employees and community members, capturing the essence of life in Crossett. These stories were later compiled by the Ashley County Genealogical Society in 1995, ensuring that the rich history of Crossett would not be forgotten. Preserving these stories is crucial for several reasons. First, they provide a valuable record of the past, offering insights into the lives of the people who built and shaped Crossett. Second, they serve as a source of inspiration and pride for current and future generations, reminding them of the resilience and ingenuity of their ancestors. Finally, they contribute to a broader understanding of the history of the lumber industry and its impact on the development of communities like Crossett. Reflection on the resilience and ingenuity of Crossett's residents. The stories from Crossett highlight the resilience and ingenuity of its residents. From the early days of the Crossett Lumber Company to the modern era, the people of Crossett have faced numerous challenges and overcome them with determination and creativity. Whether it was constructing the initial sawmill, developing innovative equipment like the Ross carrier, or building a strong and supportive community, the residents of Crossett have consistently demonstrated their ability to adapt and thrive. These stories also reflect the strong sense of community that has always been a hallmark of Crossett. The company's commitment to providing housing, schools, and recreational facilities for its employees fostered a sense of belonging and pride among the town's residents. The YMCA in particular played a significant role in promoting physical and social well-being, creating a central hub for community activities. Conclusion: the enduring legacy of the Crossett Lumber Company and its community. The legacy of the Crossett Lumber Company and its community is one of innovation, resilience, and community spirit. By documenting and preserving this history, we ensure that the stories of Crossett continue to inspire and inform future generations. The efforts of the Crossett Company's Personnel Department and the Ashley County Genealogical Society have provided a valuable resource for understanding the history of Ashley County and the broader region. As we reflect on the history of Crossett, we are reminded of the importance of preserving our past. These stories serve as a testament to the enduring legacy of the Crossett Lumber Company and its community, highlighting the resilience, ingenuity, and spirit of the people who built and shaped this remarkable town. Conclusion and summation: the history of Crossett and the Crossett Lumber Company is a rich tapestry woven with stories of innovation, resilience, and community spirit. As we conclude this series of essays, it is important to reflect on the key themes and lessons that emerge from this remarkable history. Summarizing the journey from its founding in 1899 by Edward Savage Crossett and his partners, the Crossett Lumber Company quickly became a cornerstone of the community in Ashley County, Arkansas. The company's early days were marked by hard work and determination as the founders faced numerous challenges in constructing the sawmill and establishing the necessary infrastructure. Their innovative approach, including the use of a smaller hog mill to kickstart operations, laid the foundation for future success. As the company grew, so did the town of Crossett. The provision of housing, schools, and recreational facilities by the company fostered a strong sense of community among its residents. The YMCA in particular played a significant role in promoting physical and social well-being, becoming a central hub for community activities. Reflecting on innovations and developments, the Crossett Lumber Company was a leader in innovation, introducing equipment like the Ross carrier that revolutionized timber handling and transportation. The company's commitment to safety and infrastructure improvements further contributed to its success and the well-being of its employees. The role of the railroad in the logging camps and the community cannot be overstated. It was a lifeline for the camps, facilitating the transportation of lumber and providing essential services to the residents. The railroad symbolized progress and connectivity, underscoring the importance of infrastructure in the company's operations. Celebrating the community spirit, the stories from the past highlight the resilience and ingenuity of Crossett's residents. From humorous anecdotes to significant events, these stories capture the essence of life in Crossett and the strong bonds that were forged among its residents. The efforts to document and preserve these stories ensure that the legacy of Crossett continues to inspire and inform future generations. Preserving the legacy. The importance of preserving Crossett's history cannot be overstated. The efforts of the Crossett Company's Personnel Department and the Ashley County Genealogical Society have provided a valuable resource for understanding the history of Ashley County and the broader region. By documenting and celebrating this history, we ensure that the spirit of Crossett lives on, inspiring new generations to appreciate the rich heritage of their community. Conclusion. In conclusion, the history of Crossett and the Crossett Lumber Company is a testament to the power of community innovation and hard work. The stories and memories collected from those who lived and worked there provide a valuable glimpse into the past, preserving the town's rich history for future generations. This series of essays serves as a tribute to the hard-working individuals who contributed to the growth and development of Crossett, ensuring their stories continue to be a part of the town's enduring legacy.